Welcome to Still Learning. Today we are exploring the 14 principles of management given by Henry Fayol. Be sure to stick around for a quiz at the end to test your knowledge. Let's begin. Now, let's get to know Henry Fayol, the man behind these essential management principles. Henry Fayol was a French industrialist and management theorist. He is renowned for formulating 14 principles of management and outlining 5 core functions of management, that is planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. Fayol's work focused on improving organizational efficiency and laid the foundation for modern management practices by emphasizing a structured approach to मैनेजिंग एंड लीडिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। हेनरी फ्योल एक फ्रेंच इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट और मैनेजमेंट थ्योरिस्ट थे जिन्होंने 14 मैनेजमेंट प्रिंसिपल्स डेवलप किए और मैनेजमेंट के 5 मेन फंक्शंस भी डिफाइन किए, दैट इज प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, कमांडिंग, कोऑर्डिनेटिंग और कंट्रोलिंग। फ्योल का एम था ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की एफिशिएंसी को बेटर बनाना और उनका वर्क आज भी मॉडर्न मैनेजमेंट प्रैक्टिसेस के लिए एक स्ट्रॉन्ग फाउंडेशन बनाता है। उनकी अप्रोच मैनेजमेंट को सिस्टमैटिक और स्ट्रक्चर्ड बनाने पर फोकस करती है। नाउ लेट्स सी the 14 principles of management given by Henry Fayol. So, the first one is division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest, remuneration, centralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of tenure of personnel, initiative, esprit de corps. Now, next, we will take a closer look at Fayol's 14 principles of management. Let's break them down one by one. So, the first one is division of work. Specialization allows the workforce to be more productive. When work is divided according to expertise, it leads to increased efficiency and productivity as workers become highly skilled in their specific task. सो स्पेशलाइजेशन से वर्क फोर्स ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिव हो सकती है। जब काम को एक्सपर्टीज़ के हिसाब से डिवाइड किया जाता है तो एफिशिएंसी और प्रोडक्टिविटी इंक्रीज हो जाती है क्योंकि वर्कर्स अपने स्पेसिफिक टास्क में एक्सपर्ट हो जाते हैं। सो डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क मेनली रिफर्स टू ब्रेकिंग डाउन अ लार्ज टास्क इनटू स्मॉलर specific jobs and assigning them to different individuals. This allows each person to focus on a single task, improving their efficiency through repetition. As they specialize in their task, they become faster and more appropriate, leading to higher productivity. This concept applies to all types of works, including both technical as well as managerial roles. Next, authority and responsibility. Authority gives managers the right to give orders, while responsibility involves being accountable for the results. For effective management, a balance between authority and responsibility is essential. Managers must have the power to command while being held accountable for their actions. So, authority and responsibility means authority मतलब मैनेजर्स को ऑर्डर्स देने का राइट मिलता है और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मीन्स रिजल्ट के लिए अकाउंटेबल होना। इफेक्टिव मैनेजमेंट के लिए अथॉरिटी और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का बैलेंस इंपॉर्टेंट है। मैनेजर्स को कमांड देना आना चाहिए और उनकी एक्शंस के लिए अकाउंटेबल भी होना चाहिए। सो अथॉरिटी रिफर्स टू द पावर टू गेट टास्क डन बाय अदर्स while responsibility is the duty to complete assigned tasks. These two must go together. Authority without responsibility leads to misuse of power, while responsibility without authority makes a person ineffective. For effective management, there should be a balance between the two. Next, discipline. Discipline refers to the respect for the rules and regulations of the organization. It is vital for the smooth functioning of any organization. Good discipline is the best result of effective leadership, clear and fair agreements, and judicious application of penalties. Discipline का मतलब है organization के rules और regulations का respect करना। ये organization की smooth functioning के लिए important होता है। अच्छी discipline effective leadership, clear agreements और fair penalties से आती है। Next, unity of command. Each employee should receive orders from only one superior. This principle is designed to avoid confusion and conflict within the organization, ensuring clear and effective communication and reducing misunderstandings. So, unity of command means हर employee को सिर्फ एक superior से order मिलने चाहिए। इस principle से confusion और conflict remove होता है और clear communication और understanding increase हो जाती है। Next, unity of direction. All activities with the same objective should be directed by one manager using only one plan. Unity of direction ensures that efforts and resources are focused on a single goal, leading to a better coordination and synergy in the organization. सारी activities जो same objective के लिए हैं उन्हें एक manager और एक plan के अंडर manage किया जाना चाहिए। इससे efforts और रिसोर्सेज एक ही गोल पे फोकस करते हैं जो कोऑर्डिनेशन और सिनर्जी को इम्प्रूव करता है। नेक्स्ट, Subordination of individual interest to general interest. The interest of the organization as a whole should take precedence over the interest of any one employee. When individual interests are allowed to override the collective interest, it can lead to conflict and inefficiency. Organization के interest को individual interest से ज़्यादा importance दी जानी चाहिए. अगर individual interest organization के interest को override करते हैं तो conflict और inefficiency हो सकती है. Means subordination of individual interest to general interest means that in an organization the goals of the company should come before personal interest. If there is a conflict between what an employee wants and what is best for the organization's goals should take priority. Next, remuneration. Employees should receive fair compensation for their services. Fair remuneration helps in motivating employees, improving their performance and ensuring satisfaction, which in turn benefits the organization. Employees को fair compensation मिलना चाहिए. Fair remuneration employees को motivate करती है, उनकी performance improve करती है और satisfaction ensure करती है, जो organization को भी benefit करता है. Next, centralization. Centralization refers to the extent to which decision making is concentrated at the top levels of the organization. While some degree of centralization is necessary, the level should be balanced with decentralization depending on the organization size and the nature of activities. So centralization means decision making top levels पर concentrated होती है. कुछ degree of centralization important है, लेकिन इस level को decentralization के साथ balance करना चाहिए organization के size और activities के हिसाब से. So centralization mainly refers to how much control or decision making power is kept at the top of an organization versus being spread out to different levels. A good balance is needed so that leadership can guide the organization effectively while also using the skills and talents of all employees. This ensures that management keeps control but also gives some responsibility to others where needed. Next, scalar chain. The scalar chain refers to the formal line of authority from the highest to the lowest ranks. It ensures that communication follows a clear and defined path, preventing chaos and confusion. However, in emergencies, a gangplank direct communication may be allowed for quick decision making. So, scalar chain means authority का formal line highest से lowest ranks तक. ये ensure करता है कि communication एक clear और defined path follow करे और confusion और chaos को prevent करे. Emergency situations में direct communication भी allow हो सकती है. So, to help you get a better understanding, let's look at an example. In this figure, the scalar chain is represented by the ladder DAG. Any communication from D to G will flow upward A through C and B and then downwards through E and F. A gangplank represented by the dotted line between D and G may be created to avoid delays and hurdles in communication. Next, order. Order refers to the systematic arrangement of resources, both human and material, in the right place at the right time. Proper order ensures that everything and everyone is in their appropriate positions, leading to increased efficiency and productivity. Orders का मतलब है resources, human और material को सिस्टमैटिक अरेंजमेंट में रखना, सही जगह पर और सही टाइम पर. प्रॉपर ऑर्डर इंश्योर करता है कि सब कुछ और सब लोग अपनी अप्रोप्रिएट पोजीशंस में हों, जो एफिशिएंसी और प्रोडक्टिविटी को इंक्रीज करता है. नेक्स्ट, इक्विटी. Equity means fairness and justice in the treatment of employees. Managers should be kind, impartial and fair in dealing with employees, fostering loyalty and motivation, which ultimately benefits the organization. Equity का मतलब है fairness और justice in treating employees. Managers को employees के साथ kindness, impartiality और fairness दिखानी चाहिए, जो loyalty और motivation को foster करता है और organization को benefit करता है. Next, stability of tenure. High employee turnover is inefficient and costly. Stability in employment encourages better performance as employees feel secure in their jobs and can focus on long-term goals rather than short-term survival. High employee turnover efficiency और cost को increase करता है. Employment में stability employees को better performance करने के लिए encourage करती है, क्योंकि वो अपने job में secure feel करते हैं और long-term goals पे focus करते हैं. Next, initiative. Initiative means encouraging employees to take ownership of their work and to be creative in solving problems. Allowing employees to express new ideas and make decisions increases their engagement and contributes to the organization's success. इनिशिएटिव मीन्स एम्प्लॉयज़ को अपने वर्क की ओनरशिप लेने और प्रॉब्लम्स को क्रिएटिवली सॉल्व करने के लिए इनकरेज करना। जब एम्प्लॉयज़ नए आइडियाज़ को एक्सप्रेस करते हैं और डिसीजंस लेते हैं तो उनका इंगेजमेंट इंक्रीज होता है और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की सक्सेस को कंट्रीब्यूट करता है। लास्ट, एस्पिरिट डी कॉर्प्स। Esprit de corps refers to the spirit of teamwork and harmony within the organization. By promoting unity and avoiding division, managers can create a positive environment where employees collaborate effectively towards common goal. Esprit de corps का मतलब है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर टीम वर्क और हार्मोनी की स्पिरिट, यूनिटी को प्रमोट करके और डिवीजन को अवॉइड करके मैनेजर्स एक पॉजिटिव वर्क एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं जहां एम्प्लॉयज इफेक्टिवली कोलैबोरेट करते हैं कॉमन गोल्स के लिए. So I hope this explanation gives you a clear understanding of each one. If you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask. Next, before we wrap up, let's go over a quiz to test your knowledge. You can leave your answers in the comments below and I would love to see how you did. I will read through your responses and provide feedback. Let me read the quiz questions for you. So question number 1. Which principle emphasizes that each employee should receive orders from only one superior? Options: division of work, unity of command, authority and responsibility. Question number 2. What does the principle of division of work focus on? Options: assigning multiple tasks to one employee, specializing work to increase efficiency, centralizing decision making, providing fair remuneration. Question number 3. The principle of remuneration is concerned with what aspect of management? Options: providing fair wages, ensuring unity of direction, reducing employee turnover, encouraging initiative. Question number 4. Which principle promotes the spirit of teamwork and unity among employees? Options: stability of tenure, esprit de corps, discipline, subordination of individual interest. That's it. Drop your answers in the comments. I'm excited to see what you have learned.